Welcome back to Calm Investors. I am Ruth.
And I am Patrick and Ruth. I need to confess something.
Oh, this sounds good. Go ahead.
Okay, so back in 2021, everyone at my office was talking about this one stock. You know the one. I did not even know what the company did. I could not have told you their revenue, their product, nothing. But every day at lunch, my coworkers were showing each other their gains. This guy made $2,000 overnight. That guy turned 500 into 3,000. And I felt like I was the only person not making money.
And what did you do?
I almost put $5,000 into it. I literally had my brokerage app open. My finger was on the buy button. $5,000 into a company. I could not explain to you if my life depended on it. And the only reason I was doing it was because everyone else was.
Did you press the button?
No, my wife walked in and asked what I was doing, and I could not explain it without sounding ridiculous. So I closed the app. But I came so close, Ruth, so close.
And I am glad you are telling this story, because what you experienced in that moment, that overwhelming urge to jump in because everyone else was doing it, that is not greed. It is not stupidity. It is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. It is called herd mentality. And it is a survival instinct that your brain literally cannot turn off. Only override.
A survival instinct like, from evolution?
Exactly, from evolution. Think about it. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans survived in groups, and in those groups, following the crowd was a survival strategy. If everyone in your tribe started running in one direction, you ran too. You did not stop to analyze the situation. You did not ask for data. You ran, because the ones who stopped to think got eaten by the lion. The ones who followed the crowd survived.
Right, so our brains are wired to assume the crowd has information we do not.
Exactly. And on the savannah, that was usually true. The crowd was running because there was a real threat. But in financial markets, the crowd is often running because of emotion, not information. And when you follow an emotional crowd into a financial decision, the results are almost always terrible.
Okay, so herd mentality is the base instinct, but there is another layer to this, right? Because what I felt in 2021 was not just about following the crowd, it was this intense fear that I was missing out like. Everyone is getting rich, and I am being left behind.
That is FOMO, fear of missing out. And FOMO is the modern accelerant on top of herd mentality. Herd mentality has been around for hundreds of thousands of years. But FOMO, the way we experience it today, is supercharged by social media, because social media compresses herd behavior from months into hours.
What do you mean compresses it?
In the old days, a stock tip would spread slowly. Someone would tell their neighbor would tell a friend. It might take weeks or months for excitement to build, but now? Someone posts a screenshot of their gains on social media, and within hours, millions of people see it. The excitement builds in real time. The FOMO hits instantly, and people make financial decisions in minutes that they would never make if they had a week to think about it. FOMO is the most expensive emotion in investing. More expensive than fear, more expensive than greed. Because FOMO makes you buy things you do not understand, at prices you cannot justify, for the sole reason that other people are buying them.
The most expensive emotion, that is a strong claim. But honestly, looking at what happened in 2021, I believe it.
And here is the thing that really gets me. This is not new. This pattern, crowds getting swept up in financial mania, has been happening for centuries, literally centuries. And I want to tell you a story that I think will blow your mind.
Let us hear it.
In 1637, in the Netherlands, there was a mania over tulip bulbs, tulips flowers. They had been introduced to Europe from the Ottoman Empire, and they became a status symbol among the Dutch wealthy, and over a period of a few years, the prices of tulip bulbs went absolutely insane at the peak. A single rare tulip bulb sold for the equivalent of a luxury house in Amsterdam, one bulb for a house.
A flower bulb for a house. How?
The same way it always happens. It started with genuine interest. Tulips were beautiful and rare. Then speculators got involved. They started buying bulbs not to plant them, but to sell them to someone else at a higher price. Then the media of the day, pamphlets, word of mouth, spread the excitement. More people piled in, prices kept rising, and the rising prices became the reason to buy. Not the tulips themselves, just the fact that prices were going up.
That sounds exactly like what happened with meme stocks.
It is exactly what happened. And then, in February 1637, someone tried to sell their tulip bulbs and could not find a buyer, and just like that, the spell broke. Prices collapsed within weeks. Tulip bulbs that had been worth a house were worth less than an onion. People who had mortgaged their homes to buy tulips were ruined.
Wait, people in 1637 were doing the same thing we did with meme stocks. The same pattern?
Same brain, same biases, same outcome, 400 years apart. And it has happened over and over in between. The South Sea Bubble in 1720. Railway mania in Crow. The 1840s. The dot-com bubble in 2000. The housing bubble in 2008. Meme stocks in 2021. The details change, the technology changes, the asset changes, but the human psychology driving it is identical every single time.
So what is the pattern? Like, if it is the same every time, can you break it down?
Every bubble follows the same anatomy. Phase 1. Smart money enters early. These are the people who actually understand the asset they buy, because they see genuine value. Phase 2. The media picks it up. Headlines start appearing. This new thing is going to change the world. Phase 3. Retail FOMO kicks in regular. People start buying because they see the prices going up, and they do not want to miss out. Phase 4. Euphoria. Everyone is a genius. Prices are disconnected from any rational valuation. People are buying purely because prices are rising. And Phase 5. The crash. Someone tries to sell and there are no more buyers. The music stops, and the people who bought in phases 3 and 4, the FOMO buyers, they take the biggest losses.
Smart money, media, retail FOMO, euphoria, crash. And the FOMO buyers always get hurt the worst, because they buy near the top.
Always. And here is the cruel irony. The FOMO buyers feel the safest when they buy, because by the time they get in, prices have been going up for a while. Everyone around them is making money. It feels like a sure thing. But that feeling of safety is the most dangerous signal in investing. When it feels safest is usually when it is most dangerous.
Oh, that is exactly how I felt in 2021. It felt safe because everyone was doing it.
And that brings us to social proof bias. Social proof is the psychological principle that says, if a lot of people are doing something, it must be the right thing to do, and in most areas of life, social proof is actually useful. If a restaurant is packed, the food is probably good. If a product has thousands of 5-star reviews, it is probably decent. But in investing, social proof breaks down at the extremes.
What do you mean at the extremes?
At market extremes, at the peak of a bubble or the bottom of a crash, the crowd is almost always wrong at the peak. Everyone is buying social proof says buy. But that is the worst time to buy at the bottom. Everyone is selling social proof says sell, but that is the worst time to sell. The crowd is a useful signal in the middle, but at the extremes, the crowd is the signal to do the opposite.
So the best investors are contrarians? They go against the crowd?
The best investors have the ability to go against the crowd when the crowd is at an extreme. And that is incredibly hard to do, because every instinct in your body is telling you to follow. But historically, the best time to buy is when sentiment is at its worst, when headlines are apocalyptic and everyone is selling, and the worst time to buy is when everyone is euphoric and prices are at all-time highs. The best investment opportunities often feel the most uncomfortable because they require going against the crowd.
That connects to what we learned about Mr. Market. When he is depressed, he is offering you a sale. When he is euphoric, he is overcharging you, and the crowd follows his mood instead of thinking independently.
Exactly, it all connects. Loss aversion, herd mentality, FOMO, Mr. Market. These are all different faces of the same problem. Your brain was not designed for investing. It was designed for survival. And the skills that kept you alive on the savannah are the same skills that destroy your portfolio.
Okay, so what is the practical defense here? Because I cannot rewire my brain, I am always going to feel FOMO. What do I actually do about it?
Here is your practice for this week. Audit your financial information diet. Look at the social media accounts you follow, the news sources you read, the group chats you are in, and unfollow or mute 3 accounts that make you feel FOMO about money or investing. The ones that post screenshots of gains, the ones that make you feel like you are falling behind, the ones that create urgency where there should be patience.
Okay, unfollow 3 FOMO sources. What do I replace them with?
Replace them with one calm, long-term source. A book by Morgan Housel or John Bogle, a Berkshire Hathaway, annual letter. They are free online, a low-frequency investing blog that publishes once a month instead of 10 times a day. Your information environment shapes your decisions if you surround yourself with panic and hype. You will make panicked, hyped decisions if you surround yourself with patience and perspective. You will make patient, perspective-driven decisions.
Your information environment shapes your decisions. That is really true. I never thought about curating my financial inputs the way I curate everything else.
All right, let us lock in the key takeaways.
Let us do it.
Number 1. The urge to follow the crowd into a hot investment is not greed. It is a survival instinct. Your brain cannot turn off, only override. Understanding this is the first step to defending against it. Number 2. Every financial bubble in history follows the same pattern. Early adopters, media hype, mass FOMO, euphoria, crash. The pattern has not changed in 400 years because the brain has not changed. Number 3. Social media compresses herd behavior from months to hours. FOMO is more dangerous now than at any point in financial history. Your information diet is a financial decision. And number 4. The best investment opportunities often feel the most uncomfortable because they require going against the crowd when everyone is buying. Be cautious when everyone is selling. Look for value.
And your homework. Audit your information diet, unfollow 3 FOMO sources. Replace them with one calm, long-term resource. What you consume shapes what you decide.
If this episode made you rethink who you follow and what you consume, follow calm investors wherever you are listening. Share this with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Stay calm, build wealth,